Hi and welcome back to South African Homesteader. Today is Saturday, I think it's the 21st of October, and I am pruning my heirloom tomato plants. Now, there are a couple of things that you need to know about these, and these are the indeterminate varieties that I'm currently pruning. I am going to be allowing my heirlooms to grow on a single stem. I've never done it before. I've tried to, failed, but I'm really determined this year. So it is quite hot here at the moment, and it's quite early. But what I want to show you, I'm going to spin the camera around and I'm going to show you the ones that I have done and then the ones that I haven't done, and then I'm going to show you how I prune these and also how we have staked them. Now we're using whatever is available to us. And before I get into the video, if you would like to follow our journey on homesteading, gardening, and how I do things, I'm also a learner. I'm very early in my journey. Then if you'd like to learn along with me, then please click on the subscribe button. And also if you like this video, then click on the like button. There's one thing that I also just want to mention, and that has to do with actual when we clean up gardens and when we have fruit that we don't need or that has just gone a little bit off. Never ever, and that I am learning right now as I'm standing in this garden, never put your, and it obviously, I know everybody, it makes sense, we all know that, don't put anything with seeds that you don't want to compost unless you're going to do hot composting. Don't put it in your compost pile, because you're going to end up with millions of tomato plants all over your farm or garden that you don't know which variety it is. They are cross-pollinated, so they just I am actually today taking out a lot of those plants that have come up in between my heirlooms, and I'm just replanting it somewhere else because I don't have the heart to just cull all of them. Some of them I am just getting rid of, and some of them I'm just planting on another spot. But now I'm going to spin this camera around and I'm going to show you the tomatoes that I have pruned, and I will then show you the ones that I haven't pruned, and then I'm going to show you how I am pruning these heirloom tomatoes. These indeterminate meaning these are the ones that will last all season long if you look after them and if you prevent them from getting disease. And yeah, if you prevent them from getting disease, they can last all season long and produce all season long. I also have determinate varieties, not many, but I do have some determinate varieties. Those will set fruit early. They will give us all the fruit that they have, set all the fruit, and then when they are finished, they are finished. They also grow to a determined height. So let me spin this camera around and then we will have a look at what we've done. Okay, so these ones has now been these ones have now been pruned, and this is the Dark Galaxy, and that one is Dagmas Perfection. So what I've done is I've taken off all these bottom leaves. I've taken that off. I've taken all of those off. Anything that's growing in between this leaf and the main stem, I'm going to let this grow up onto a single leader. Maybe as they grow bigger, I will let a second leader grow up, but at the moment I'm just letting it grow up on a single leader. So anything that grows out from in between here is what I took off as well. So now these ones, they've been pruned. All these bottom leaves that could possibly get wet and carry disease to the rest of the plant, I have taken all of those off. So this is what it looks like. There's no leaves, absolutely none at the bottom, and there is nothing in the shoulders of these. So that it's almost a 90-degree angle here. Don't know if you can see. It's almost a 90-degree angle. So whatever grew out of there was taken off. So these two beads have been done. This one and this one. I'm going to show you the ones that I haven't done. This is just the tomato garden, but I want to show you what we are doing with regards to how we're going to be letting this grow up. So what we've done is we have planted a post on this side and we've planted a post on that side, and you can use wood to put across here, but we didn't have wood long enough, so we have taken some line, put it all across, and then we've taken string and we've brought it down all the way to the plant. So as this plant is going to be growing, we will just be turning it around the string, and we're going to continue pruning it. All the little growths that comes all the little growths that comes out at the shoulders of these plants. So this is what we have done to some of the plants. We haven't done it to all as yet, but if we don't have we might also try the Florida weave, which is also putting a stake on the one side, the other side, pulling your string through at different levels, and then just weaving the plant through the two strings. But let me show you. So these are the blue beauties. These are the blue beauties, and this was done. You can see I've taken it off there. And I've taken, and here's a little piece here, which I'm taking off because I don't want, because that potentially can grow into a new plant. These have started setting fruit, and they should ideally come off because you want the plant to grow. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to remove this fruit here. So I'm removing this just to give the chance, I'm removing it to give the plant a better chance to not focus on ripening those fruit and growing those fruit, but because the plant is still small, to instead focus on still growing this plant. I'm going to leave some of it, and then I'm just going to compare. So this one's fruit was taken off, and then I have some others which I'm not removing, and I'm just going to compare at the end of the day. So these plants here, they have been pruned, right? They've been pruned. All of these, you can see there's no leaves here at the bottom, and then this one hasn't been pruned. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to start at the bottom. Firstly, I'm pulling out whatever weeds I see at the bottom here. Okay, so here's my plant. So I'm starting at the bottom, and I'm taking off this. You see this? It's right at the bottom. So I'm taking this off to clear the stem at the bottom. Now this potentially is another plant, because this stem will set roots all across here, these little fine hairs all along the stem. So I'm going to clean this up like that, and like that. I'm working with one hand, so it's a bit awkward, and I'm going to be popping this into a jar of water, and it will set new roots, and here you will have a new plant, and this is the tigerella. So I'm going to be doing this, pruning this. You see what I'm talking about, like these ones, it grows out of the shoulders of the plant. I'm removing it, but because these are lying on the floor, I'm also removing all of these. So this is a nice thick one here. So here's another plant, potentially. And I'm just removing the bottom leaves of this. And there's another. So you don't have to feel like you're wasting it. If you know, you can always pot these up, give it to a friend, give it to a neighbor. But this plant is far from finished, so let's take this off as well. So there's another one, and that. So I'm just cleaning all the branches at the bottom. I'm cleaning off this and that, and here we have. So here, this little leaf here in between, this one here, I'm going to remove it. It's growing in between the leaf branch and your main stem. Now this has also set some fruit. I'm going to leave some of it, and I'm taking off some. I'm just doing a little experiment to see how each one is doing. So this plant is completely pruned now. Now I don't know if you can see the difference. It's got some nice airflow, and it's got some nice clearance at the bottom by the stem. This is actually a weed, and that is how this plant now looks. You can see I've interplanted with marigolds because they are good for companion planting. Marigolds are very good for companion planting with tomatoes. They keep away the bad bugs, and so that helps the tomato plant as well, especially since we are growing organically and we do not spray with anything. Here's another little piece of growth here in this little V, so that I'm taking off as well. And that is how we will hopefully be getting high production and bigger tomatoes with less disease from our tomato plants. See, this is what it looks like. This is one that has not been pruned, and this is one that has been pruned. Okay, that is one that has been pruned. This is one that has been pruned, and these ones has not been pruned. Because if you leave them, tomato plants, they will grow all along the ground, and they will set roots and set, because they need to spread as much seed as they want to. That's just how they grow. But we want to get the most out of our tomato plants, and that is how we are now pruning these tomato plants. Look how beautiful that one looks over there, and look at this. So yeah, these are all pruned, and we have set the string in place for the tomato plants to grow up. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that it helped you to get the best out of your tomato plants. If you have any additional tips, please post it in the comment section below. If it can help me or someone else, then we'd really appreciate that. So from me, Haria at South African Homesteader, until next time.